Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. This is going to be a Q&A live stream where I answer questions about abundance. Uh, I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher. My focus in general is helping people to be as present and well as possible. And as I mentioned in the healing that we just did on abundance, my focus is helping people to be present in all their physical body chakras and have a whole and flowing aura, and it's going to help you to stay on track and be on your spiritual path and move forward in your life with what you're meant to do and experience. But you can work abundance energy as well, and the angel suggested to me, as long as that's only a third of what your energy healing time is about at most, is literally abundance stuff to help your abundance energy, and then the rest is just helping you to be as present and flowing as possible, since that's really what's going to keep you on track. But the angel said it's totally fine to work abundance energy as long as it's within that context where the bigger the 2/3 is being as present and as well as you can be, and being, moving forward on your spiritual path. That should keep it in the right perspective. So that said, and this is a Q&A, so you can ask questions. Please don't answer other people's questions. Please don't directly address other people in the live stream, specific other people, because that can get kind of weird. But welcome, welcome, welcome. You don't have to have ever worked with me before in order to post a question. That's fine. If your question involves me looking at your energy, I read by names. Like, names help me to see. So if it's not obvious from your YouTube ID what your first and last name is, maybe just put your first name and last initial in the question, which just to help me see you clearly. Okay. So I'm just going to start reading the questions. Someone says, hello, Janet. Good afternoon. Thank you for your work in this plane. We all appreciate you greatly. Well, thank you. That's very kind. Someone says, hey, Janet, is there anything specific related to abundance? My husband... Oh, yeah, your husband, you're giving me his initials. He's funny. It's like he has such a funny last name, and I know that like on the tip of my tongue all the time, but the first name lately I've been forgetting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have this name. Is there anything specific related to be abundance my husband and I can work on? I feel like my abundance is mostly okay, but he gets very anxious around financial safety. Yeah, I see him kind of bossing, like standing outside your financial garden in today's healing. For those that don't know, I'll link it below later, or you could just find out my YouTube channel today because it's easy to see. But we did this part where you imagine your financial garden, and it's your garden for abundance, your abundance garden. And it's just for you, this garden. Everyone has their own, right? And your husband's kind of like outside of your garden, like shouting commands to you and things you should do and things you shouldn't do. And he seems to be trying to micromanage your abundance for some reason. I think his dad is in his garden. So then that kind of uncenters him financially. So then he's focused on your garden. So I would just, when you're centered and calm and everything, just on a spirit level, because I don't think this conversation would go well consciously, but just on a spirit level, just like kind of look at your garden and his garden, and then show him, like imagine a little version of him and be like, hey, that's your garden, and you can kick your dad out of your garden. Your angels can help you, and that's really going to help both of us really. You'd be doing the whole our family a great service, you know. And so that way he can, you know, his angels can help him kick his dad out of his garden, and then maybe hopefully he'll stop uh, being so anxious about your garden. So I hope that helps. And you know, hope today's healing helped. You can let me know in your post healing survey that you'll be getting, because I know both of you got the healing. So let me know if it helped at all with him. Uh, You know, I think too, your abundance, go ahead and clean your current employer out of your abundance garden. I think it's like the part of your abundance garden that you imagine, yeah, that's okay because you kicked your parents out, but then there's a whole like extra like 30% that you don't really even notice, that's sort of owned by your company that you work for, the foundation that you work for. I think, you know, like companies that have, you know, 401k and all this, you know, nice stuff, um, that's fine. But I think sometimes employees kind of cede some of their abundance to like, oh, my company's taking care of that. I mean, in a way, it's like this sort of coercive game that a company plays, like that we're going to engender loyalty in you so you'll stay working with us forever, because you feel like we're taking care of your abundance. So you can still, you know, benefit from a 401k plan, but you don't have to let them manage a whole chunk of your abundance garden. But that's the coercive aspect of it that works for many employees. Like, I don't think it helps them, but they fall for it. And so they let the company sort of own their abundance. So then they think, well, you know, so then leaving seems like really freaky, you know, leaving that company. So yeah, clean your company out of your abundance garden. And that's true for everybody, of course. Okay. Hope that helps. Someone says, any angel advice on how I can own my space abundance in an authoritative way? I pop out from dealing with people's heavy emotions, things like stress at work, judging landlord, family drama, and etc. I feel like their influence keeps me from realizing I have possibilities. Yeah, I mean, I think there are parts of your garden that other people have just, you know, moved into. Like if I look at your abundance garden, you know, you've got your ex in there, you've got like half the people you listed in there. It just seems almost like a family cookout, you know, like a family reunion cookout. um, that could be because of your resistance. You resist them, and therefore they just kind of move on in. So yeah, I would maybe just decorate the perimeter of the garden in a way that you really like and really resonates with you. So like it's more of like a heart thing of like, oh, this is a good place, and then go ahead and wash everybody out with gold light. You know, and just imagine little, you know, cool little things in the garden that really resonate with you, you know. And if it works better for you, you can have it be a beach that's just for you, that's your abundance beach, or your abundance field, or your abundance, you know, if the garden idea isn't working for you. But yeah, I think just clean everybody out. Uh, so yeah, I don't know what else to say other than do it. I don't know. Do you space out and get exhausted when you're trying to do it? You just say, "Angels, help me do it." You can use maybe sticky gold wax and have this wax stick to all the people in your garden, and then just go rip, give it to your angels. Sticky gold wax them out. That might be nice. Hope that helps. So yeah, just work it as a garden. I think don't overthink it. I mean, you always overthink, but yeah, just try to think of it as a garden and kick everybody out. It's not a public cookout space. It's just your private space. Someone says, "Hi Janet, I'm finding I'm feeling hesitant, still looking at others if I'm okay to move ahead to be abundant. Is this mine, this life so upsetting, and where I'm hard on self, how to heal this? Yeah, I think that exercise that Jophiel suggested, Archangel Jophiel suggested, where it was like after chakra repair, and then in today's healing, we did chakra repair at one point, and then we did some flower healing, and then we did this thing where you imagine how like you can have your spiritual wellness and your spiritual purpose, but you can also have your abundance. And so if you have anything within your space that tells you you can't have that, that won't work, that you can have maybe have one or the other, but not both. Just imagine those objects and, you know, blow them up or keep them to your angels, whatever. I think if you could practice that more, because you have a lot in between like your concepts of abundance and your concepts of spiritual wellness, then there's like just lots and lots of stuff, mostly past life actually, just junk in the way. So maybe work that one a bunch more. So yeah, hope that helps. But yeah, do that one where you look at objects. I don't think it's so much inner wounds. I think there's just you if you imagine the objects. So you have your abundance, you have your spiritual wellness, and what's in between that, saying that you can have one or the other or neither, and just imagine them like objects and get rid of them over and over. Just do it day after day. If you're having problems with that exercise, you could post under any video. Let me know. Okay. Someone says, is there anything specific that I can work on to help my abundance? Now that I'm more consistently present, yes, you are, rockstar girl. You're in all your chakras right now. Of course, you did just get a healing, but yesterday you were in all your chakras as well. So, go. Now that I'm more consistently present, I don't consciously worry nearly as much as I used to. Yay for you. Yeah, redo that garden exercise about your abundance garden, because your dad like totally has like suspiciously there's like a motorcycle section of your abundance garden that doesn't remind me of you at all. It reminds me of your dad. So yeah, we say no motorcycles allowed in your abundance garden. You know, like just clear that out a lot more. I think the inner wounds too. When we did, there'll be timestamps for all this later, within a day. But after we do chakra repair in today's healing, then we did the flower healing. Then we did the object removal that I was talking about with that lady, where you have your abundance and you have your spiritual wellness, and what tells you that you can't have both. You know, I just imagine those things like objects and get rid of those. But then after that, we imagine inner wounds that you have that make you feel like you can't have both your spiritual wellness and your abundance, and heal those inner wounds. I think for you personally, the one with the motorcycle dad, clear the motorcycle dad and all his motorcycles and car parts or whatever out of your garden for abundance. But imagine inner wounds they're mostly past life wounds. But anyway, just any inner wounds in the way of you having both abundance and spiritual wellness. And just keep healing inner wounds. So you alternate, I would say do both, you know, every day. The garden clearing, your abundance garden clearing, and also the inner wound healing. That'd be nice. So I hope that helps. Yeah. Now that you are worrying far less and you're far more present, if you do have a worry, you could kind of go, oh, what energy block is that? Because there's probably, before they were like the worry seemed so much and you had you needed to get way more present first, but now that a lot of times you're in all your chakras, you can just like, there's probably one energy block that's triggered that maybe somebody's courting too, you know, and that's causing those worries. So then if you know, find the energy block just intuitively and melt the cords and melt the energy block, then, you know, recenter just a little, like you won't feel that worry anymore. So that could be kind of fun. Um, okay, hope that helps. Someone says, hello, Janet. I feel better listening to you. Well, that's a vibrational thing. Thank you. I'm glad it helps. I just have a big black blob on my right side. I'm trying to stop cording to it. Front right or back right? Yeah, I would say front right, back left is what I'm noticing more. Just junk. The thing is, you know, you have some beings and then you have some energy blocks. So it's sort of a mix of both. Um, but I would say as you're noticing them, it's a little triggering. So first, just get back into as many chakras as you can. Like get your legs, get your earth energy up your legs. Like ignore the darn beings. You know, you're way bigger than they are. So it's like an ant, you know, an elephant freaking out about an ant, you know. So just be the elephant for a little. Just chill out, take your time, get your red earth energy coming up your legs again, you know, get back into your lower chakras, expand your lower chakras, you know, unblock your lower chakras better, just so you're in a lot. Because once you're present enough, then it's like bam, 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 I'm done. You know, whereas if you try to address it and you're not present enough, I mean, you're like chasing your tail forever, you know. So yeah, because it's not, I mean, you have aura repair, you have aura, good aura seal even. So yeah, just get in your lower chakras first. And then I would say, you know, do some vacuum boxes to get rid of the beings around the energy blocks. And then just, you know, energy blocks. Your grounding seems fine. The wholeness of your aura is fine. It's just your, you know, when you notice the whatever they are, then you don't get, you're not present. You know, you get triggered and you lose your level of presence, and then you're chasing your tail. So that helps. Get present first, and then take out the trash. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. Is my lack of abundance due to past life stuff? Thank you." I would say it's a mix. You know, I mean, your abundance garden, it doesn't look like a happy place. And if I look at your abundance garden from your immediate last past life, half of it was happy and half of it you just let somebody else manage. So I think it's and the life before that too, like half of it was happy and half of it you farmed off to other people, let them sort of take it over. So I think it's a recurring issue not to own all of your abundance energy yourself. But then I think in this life it's a little more so, because I think in those other lives you were able to kind of ignore the problem, like make half your garden nice enough and then ignore the other half. And so it wasn't like sort of annoying and inconvenient enough for you to actually work on it. So then, you know, at the end of life you're like, I didn't work on it again. I didn't work on it again. So like in this life it's like a little bit more embarrassing and weird and inconvenient. So, you know, like more of the garden is just not the way you want it. So I would just say work your garden. Work your garden, and it's a recurring issue from past lives, but it's not necessarily about that. It's just about you. For some reason, you keep stepping back from owning your garden. So yeah, just get creative. Maybe sticky gold wax your garden, your abundance garden. Get everybody out, and you know, you can even just imagine, you know, a flower that you like, you know, and plant it all in your garden, or you know, if you prefer beaches, have an abundance beach, you know, whatever it takes for you to be like, yeah, this is all for me. All right, hope that helps. Somebody says, how do you heal not feeling you deserve financial abundance? Good question. Um, well, you're present right now in physical body chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. So that's pretty decent. But you do have aura damage. So if you were to repair your aura damage that's in the top and the upper back, then you'd probably maybe only be in 7 through 3 still, but you'd be way like more able to get stuff done fast in your energy healing work and your energy clearing. So I would say that would be the first thing, just to get that aura damage out of the way. So you know, imagine the rips and just lots of gold light, and get the gold light in the deepest part of the rip so that it cleans out properly and then grows back. But then once you get your aura fully repaired, and if you know about gold buffers, make those, or just have your angels make them. They're just big gold force fields all around your aura once you got it all repaired. I have a video. You can search Chant Right Gold Buffer Zones to find it. It's 18 minutes. But anyway, so once you get your aura repaired, then, I mean, it seems like a difference between 4th and 7th. Like your 4th chakra can get really bogged down, and then you might feel you don't deserve things. You get like, you know, very sort of like a defeatist or resentful, or there are all sorts of like negative, like woe is me kind of stuff that can happen when your heart chakra's too blocked. But like I said, get that aura damage repaired up first, because then, you know, doing things like, actually you need chakra repair too. Your 4th chakra is damaged a little in the front and quite a bit in the back. And actually, yeah, you have some damage in the top of your 7th and the back of your 6th and your 5th. Your 3rd and your 2nd are not damaged, but your 1st has some damage in the back. So a lot of your chakras have some damage. So I would say do chakra repair. So aura repair number 1, chakra repair number 2, and then, you know, a little extra unblocking here, and that should probably help you. And then you can, you know, maybe just do one of the exercises, the other ones in today's healing, like, you know, imagine your abundance garden and get everybody out and plant what you like in there and stuff like that. But it's the 4th chakra damage that is mostly causing that feeling of not deserving something. But you got to get your aura repaired first, and then repair all your chakras first, and then you can do extra unblocking at your 4th. So that's all in today's healing that we did, the aura repair and the chakra repair. So you could just, you know, find that on my YouTube channel. Later I'll link it below, but you know, today it's easy. You just go to my YouTube channel and you'll see it there, the live stream that we did today on abundance that has aura repair and chakra repair and also abundance stuff. So I hope that helps. And thanks so much for putting your name. That makes it easier, a lot easier to read you. Hope that makes sense. And if you have follow-up questions about any of that, you could always post it underneath the video later. You know, once you've tried the stuff, you can ask me to check your work. Like if you're not sure you finished repairing your aura properly, you can say, can you check my aura repair, see if I did it completely? Or can you check my, you know, you can do both, aura repair, chakra repair, and then say, ask me to check your work in a comment under the video. Okay, hope that helps. Someone said, oh, and in case you're interested, I do 2 of these Q&As each month after the Sunday healing. So this is the 2nd one in the month, and then the next month, I don't have the May calendar in front of me, but here it's, hold on, my calendar's over here. I love wall calendars. It's a thing. So next month, the triplet set is on May 7th, 9th, and 11th. So Sunday the 9th, which is also Mother's Day, is when I'm doing the first Q&A. And then the second Q&A is 1 week after that, the 16th. Sunday the 16th. So in May, the Q&As are back-to-back, May 9th, Sunday May 9th, and Sunday May 16th. And you're welcome to take part in those. You're also welcome to, follow along and heal yourself in any of the healings I do. Even if you didn't pay to get healed, you can just heal yourself. Okay, someone says, hello, dear Janet. And you're saying your name. And I've been doing aura healing and grounding about 1 month. It's helped my cervical disc herniation a lot. Thank you for that. Congratulations, that's great. But there's a person annoying me telepathically. And he knows I'm telepathic, but I can't get rid of him and feel so angry and especially foggy around my head. Do you think it's a curse or something else? What should I do? So your aura is way, way better than it was, but at the moment you actually do have some aura damage. So I would work on that. It's not super deep. It's not like before where you were missing like most of your aura back there. It's just like little, like if here's the edge of your aura, it's like in like the 7th and 6th layers. So it's like these little stab wound kind of things like all around here. So just so finish your aura repair. You probably repaired it and then it got damaged maybe, and redo your gold buffers so it's nice. I think, I have a video, 5th chakra, 5th layer healing. I don't know if you've heard me suggest that one, if you've done it, but your 5th layer does seem to be kind of mucked up and tight. Your 5th aura layer, which relates to your 5th chakra, which is communication with self and others. So inner voice, inner peace, as well as hearing someone telepathically. So also your telepathic mesh, which is right in the 5th layer of the aura, right in front, is like all ripped up and shredded up. So you can repair that and work on, unblocking your 5th layer and healing it nicely and heal your 5th chakra nicely in that video. So if you just search Janet Wright, 5th chakra, 5th layer healing, you'll find that video. I'm outside and we're focusing on, all that I just said. When you search for the video, use the number 5 for 5th, 5TH. So I'll type it out right now. Yeah, so Janet Wright, 5th chakra, 5th layer healing. All right, but I'll talk to the guy for a sec. Okay, so I laughed because you're not 100% innocent in the situation, because apparently when he telepaths you for a while, you like whack the bejeebies out of him. You like probably just subconsciously, but in your being furious, you throw big pieces of energy at him, which like has a hugely destructive effect and splits open his aura and damages all his chakras. So then he has a new reason to scream at you for like 2 weeks, because he's in a lot of pain, because I know that you don't realize it, but that fury that you feel inside, you're channeling that into like these sort of monsoon kind of like lightning bolt things that are very destructive. They're very effective, which is not good karma for you. So what I would suggest, and I know you don't mean it, but it happens, and it's just not good karma for you. And then it fuels this little battle you guys have going on. So what I told him was, I said, well, he can have his angels protect him and go away. I said, well, if you go away, let your angels protect you and shield you. That way, even if she does it, it won't get through to you. And he's like, oh, okay. So hopefully he'll be busy just letting his angels protect him and guide him, and he won't come and yell at you. But if he does, again, try to just take the high road, chill out, remind him to talk to his angels. Just say, hey, go talk to your angels. It's better for your karma. It's better for everybody. And then, have your angels, ask your angels to block any punishment that you try to send out to people, because it's bad karma. It perpetuates conflict, which just gets you into more trouble. So you may have to redo that request if you asked them a long time ago, because it's not working anymore. So say, angels, please block any punishment that I might try to send to anybody. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. Okay. So the 5th chakra video, finish your aura repair again, the 5th chakra healing video, and, have your angels block your punishment going out, and just, chill out. Just remind him about his angels if you feel he's bugging you again, which we do today in today's healing, called crowd exercise. The second part of crowd exercise is you just talking to the people that are, imbalanced enough to be invasive with you at that time. So just try to get out of judgment. It's not a big curse or anything. It's just some kind of little battle you guys have. You just don't realize your part in the battle that you keep doing. So hopefully now you can work on your 5th chakra and your 5th layer, which will help you find more peace. And then now you consciously know, so you'll hopefully behave. Someone says, makes sense. Thanks, Janet. Someone else says, healing was great, Janet. I had submitted an issue about manifesting in my career. How did this twin set help with that problem? What are some other things I can do? For context, I have problems manifesting abundance in regards to a stable job in the field I want. Even when I have other work, I have been unable to have stable long-term work. So when you're saying you've submitted something, I did a 1-question survey that I sent people, and I'm going to be reviewing those results, those feedback, just as reflecting on what to do in the next healing. So thank you very much. I mean, if you look at it, if I look at it in the context of the abundance garden exercise that we did in today's healing, and where you just imagine a garden that represents your abundance, and if you kind of modify it so you have like a double garden, because it sounds like there's a career field where it's easier for you to find work, and there's a career field where it's more sort of near and dear to your heart, and you'd like to find work there instead over time. So you have 2 gardens in a way, and so you want both to be as healthy as possible, because, the more challenging garden, maybe the other one can, keep you afloat for a while until you nail it in the more near and dear to your heart garden, right? You have the one job industry garden and the other job industry garden. I mean, they both need work. If I look at the before and after from before today's healing and today's healing, I mean, they do look better. Like before, there was sort of half of each garden was like blackened, like literally just coal black, just like almost like volcanic ash that just went over it and hardened the whole thing. But just like maybe 50 to 60% each garden. And then now there's no hard volcanic ash anywhere, and like there's lighting up the perimeter on both gardens, and like half of each is sort of like getting there, but the other half is still sort of, there's a lot of denial on the other half. I think it's like there are issues that you have that you don't want to have. Like you think, well, that's so embarrassing. Why is that there? Or something like you just I guess your expectations are like it should be a certain way and it's not. And so I think the thing is when you read yourself, you have to just, keep touching your sixth chakra and nothing's bad. So just, and I think the benefit of making it like a garden is then you're not overthinking about like, oh, shame or abuse or this or that or whatever. It's just, oh, there's a bunch of mud there. Let me clear it up. So I would just say keep working your gardens, but it looks better than before. And it is okay to do two gardens, side by side that are sort of part of the same garden. But, if you have an industry that you want to ultimately work full time in someday, but you need this other industry right now, that's legitimate. Your angels are fine with that. But just work both gardens and they both need work. But they definitely look improved from before this healing, from before today's healing. Um, but yeah, I think, just keep it simple, add some color, just stay with the playfulness and the simplicity of the garden metaphor. So I hope that helps. Um, Also, the inner wounds part of that would be nice of today's healing, uh, where we healed inner wounds that make you feel like you can't have spiritual wellness and abundance. Um, Heal those inner wounds that make you feel like you can't have both in this life, and so that was sort of more than halfway through the healing. It's like I'll just write inner wounds in all caps in the healing summary so you can find the inner wounds part. But it's a quick, little, easy part, but I think that would be especially helpful. Keep healing inner wounds that are affecting your abundance. Okay. Somebody says, so hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Somebody says, they're saying their name and then they say, my college got messed up because of COVID-19 and from them working at home, this caused all the misinformation. Now they say I have to pay it back or I cannot continue many other things too. Let's see if you wrote anything else to explain. No? Okay. All right. Um, if I look at your abundance garden, and again, it's just a simple thing that we did a lot in today's healing. So you could use that healing later. Oh, by the way, also you have a lot of aura damage. So that's your first thing to fix is your aura damage. Because if you have that many gaping holes in your aura, you just things just suck. Like it just like it's like trying to drive a car but both feet are out the car door like on the ground. Like you can't drive your car right if you have that much aura damage. So that would be number one, get your aura repaired fully and keep it repaired fully on a regular basis. Otherwise just chaos and self-destruction is just the the theme of the day every day. Um, so that's the first thing, aura repair. Just get that done and keep it done. And like I said to somebody else, if you're trying to aura repair for the first time, you don't know if you did it right, do it a couple times and then post under the comments, did I finish my aura repair? Can you check for me and put your first name and your last initial again, and so that I can check for you, make sure you got it. I don't think you have chakra damage actually, but massive aura damage. So get that done. And then your garden, like if you imagine a garden for your abundance, I mean, even before college, like if I look 5 years earlier, it's just not a pretty place. It's like the part that you manage is like really tiny. And then I don't have names, but it seems like your father's just completely flattened a lot of your abundance garden. Maybe he has benevolent intentions, but it just, he's in there. So even now, it's like not really your abundance garden. It's like you have this little section, and then just different people, including both your parents, are just sort of managing your abundance garden. And so that's not working. I know that sounds so vague, but get your aura pure first, just so life is, feeling a little less overwhelming and pointless, and then work it as a garden and just get everybody out, acknowledge the perimeter, have your angels help you, just get everybody out, because it represents your abundance energy. And so if everybody else is in there just sort of flattening the energy, then it's really hard to manifest stability and forward movement. Like if you were to keep your aura repaired and fix your garden so it's really nice and flowing and it's just you, then you might still have to pay back your college, but you'd be able to get a decent part-time job to get it paid, and you'd be able to, like it wouldn't necessarily change all reality, but it would make you feel so much better, and then you could pay it back faster, and then it wouldn't contribute to low self-esteem, so then you wouldn't end up dating this terrible guy, and you know what I mean? Like you could turn the ship around kind of and make it more of like a happy movie and not a just sort of really bummer movie, So I hope that helps. Aura repair is the first step. Okay. And then you can do that abundance garden work that we did in today's healing. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, la, 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 la. Someone says, hi, Janet. I was able to listen to the first half of the healing today. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. In the last Abundance Masterclass, the angel said to view your progress as climbing steps. That image was also helpful. My question is about a friend. Can I, and you put her name, can I heal her abundance blocks? Well, okay. The first thing I look at is, well, how present are you? Because if you're not present at all, then I would say, no, because you're probably going to be in her space and block her up, even though you think you're helping, right? But you're usually in 7 through 2 these days, meaning for other people that don't know my little abbreviations, that means you're present as a spirit in your physical body chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, which is pretty present. It's almost all the chakras, so good job. Keep working on expanding your first layer at the bottom and the top so that your first layer has better flow, so then you can be in all your chakras. The first thing with her though is she's got massive aura damage, like, epic, and chakra damage. So what I would say is a first step, if you're her friend wanting to help her, is just get yourself centered, and then just say hi to her telepathically and remind her that she has angels, and that she can ask her angels to repair her aura and help her with her grounding and repair her chakras. Because sometimes when people are new to this kind of idea, even subconsciously, they're not used to letting their angels heal them every day. They're just like, if you let them know the concrete stuff they can do, and then check back the next day. Because if it worked and their angels gave you a thumbs up, like, okay, we'll do it, thanks, she's letting us, then the next day, if you check back, she shouldn't have any aura damage. Her grounding should be nice. Her chakras should be all repaired. Because that's really, don't put the cart before the horse. If you clear some blocks for her and trigger all this growth, but she has like almost, half her aura missing and no grounding, you're just going to trip her up into this even more drama than she already has. So yeah. You could work on the basics with her, just see if she's letting her angels heal her, and check in with her, even twice a week. Once you're centered, just, is my friend letting her angels heal her? Does she have a repaired aura? Does she have wide and flowing grounding? Does she have repaired chakras? That could be a nice help for her. Okay, hope that makes sense. Because that's the best thing you can do for someone. If they're working with their angels in their sleep and during the day, that's the best resource that they have, and that's the best thing you can do for anybody. Okay, someone says, I haven't worked for a few years and have been home with my two children. I want to start a business but feel nervous about it. Any suggestions for meditating on this? Um, when I ask your angels, they say you're not quite ready yet, and they would like you to be in all your chakras first because it's just going to be easier. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be much easier if you're in your all your chakras all the time first. Because first chakra does have to do with safety and abundance, and courage. So if you're not yet present there, it just complicates things more than you want. Um, So I asked them too, because sometimes with moms, it's like it's going to be easier once your kids are above X number age, a certain age. But they're like, no, it's not really that. It's just getting in all your chakras first. Um, Lately, you're in 7 through 3 every day, but not 2 or 1. So I would just say keep working on expanding, like unblocking layers 2 and 1 right above your head and right below your feet. Um, so that you can, accelerate how fast it's going to take for you to be in all your chakras. I mean, they're fine if you think about it, but they're like, don't waste too much energy brainstorming about it yet until you're in all your chakras. So just try to focus and fast track it. Already, but if someone didn't know how to fast track that, there is a video, Get Present in Chakras 2 and 1. That would be good for that. And you already know, but some people might not realize you have to get current with, be consistent with aura repair and wide and flowing grounding as well before, you're going to get that present. But you already got that part. So yeah, get present in 2 and 1 chakras. And if you just have, a minute now and then, just the quick and dirty part is just unblock here and here and here and here. So that those inner 2 layers expand more and have better flow. And so then it's easier to have better flow in your first and second chakras and to be there. So I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, I mean, your angels think you have clarity about the business. It's just that it's like you see 50% of the business and what you need to do about it, but the other 50% becomes a lot more clear and directed and sort of on target once you're in all your chakras. So they're like, don't do it backwards. Get in all your chakras first, and then you can finalize the getting ready part. So hope that makes sense. Someone says, thank you, Janet. That makes a lot of sense. How can I not be triggered about the people who need to be kicked out? I mean, there's being triggered is just life, just get used to it. I mean, if you have enough earth energy coming up your legs and, enough grounding flow, then, you can be triggered about something and it's not a big deal. I mean, maybe you're thinking that you just get overwhelmed with the fury and the rage. How could these people be this way? Then, if you're like that, then you're not grounded enough and you don't have enough earth energy coming up your legs. So, yeah, I mean, be playful about it. Turn on some music that you like, get grounded and, unblock your grounding, get present, repair your aura, and then, put on a dance music thing that you can be present to. Don't, tune out. But, like, turn on some music and, clear them out to a beat or something, if that, make it a game, I'm sure there's some kind of dance tune that you could even set your abundance garden to that would clear everybody out. So you'd be like, what's this? Just try to be playful about it. Someone says, can you comment on poverty consciousness or belief in scarcity? Like there is not enough good paying jobs for everyone. Um, well, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily an issue for you. But if it is, let me know. But I think you're just meaning, what do I think about it? Uh, I mean, people get, the thing is, if people aren't fully present, then they don't have access to their inner wisdom, so then they just let fear or hatred or whatever skew their thought process. So, you know, and a lot of people, there are, younger souls, people that haven't had as many lifetimes, so they haven't, um, so they're more likely to be like in a sort of more of a tribal mentality of like us versus them, and people that are like me are good and people that are not like me are bad. So I think part of it has to do with spiritual age. But the other part of it has to do with how present somebody is. And, if they're less present, they're more likely to be manipulated by others. They're more likely to be ruled by fear and resistance and judgments. So, so yeah, interesting stuff. I do have a 3-video set on spiritual age if you're interested in that type of idea. Like I explained different levels of age, spiritual age, and how it affects people's behaviors and stuff. That's in, if you search Janet Wright spiritual age playlist, maybe it will come up. It's a set of 3 videos on spiritual age. Okay. Someone says so hope that was somewhat of an answer to your question. Someone says, any guidance for sharing abundance with energy safety? Sharing abundance with energy safety. I don't know what you're getting at. Sharing abundance. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going with that. So maybe just restate it. And if I have time, hopefully I'll get to it. But we'll see. Sharing abundance with energy safety. Maybe you mean just combining abundance? Because when you say sharing abundance, it makes me think of you're talking about sharing your abundance with other people. But then maybe you just mean having abundance and having energy safety. Like maybe if you have abundance, people will try to take it from you or something. I'm not sure. I mean, if you want to know what you can work on for abundance, yeah, I mean, I think you do have sort of a very communal vibe on your abundance garden. It's sort of like a community garden where everybody can grow their own row of peas and corn. So I think, you could ask your angels to separate out, to help you separate out. There could be some energy space that you want to create that is a communal thing with others. But have your angels help you so that that's not your abundance garden, that you have a separate garden that's just for your abundance energy. Because abundance energy has to do with first chakra, safety, courage, abundance. It's about your learning and your experiences. So if you just give that to others willy-nilly, then you're missing out on a lot of learning and an ability to be much more present. So yeah, I would nix the whole community garden as your abundance garden thing. So I don't know if that's what you were asking, but that's what your angels were showing me. So I hope that makes sense and helps. Yeah, your abundance garden should be just for you. Bottom line. Someone says, yes, you're Janet. I watched the 5th chakra video also, but when I say that your angels help you, the person sticks more emotionally, but he has legally problems for me also that I need to finish, but I try to finish or repair more. Thanks so much. What? When you do that 5th chakra video, do fifth layer, when you heal your fifth layer, heal more at the very top and the very bottom, because it's not opening up as much as it could. So very top and very bottom of your fifth layer, like just take those chunks and hand them to your angels. Take the chunks, hand them to your angels, because however you're doing it, it's not working properly. So try a different way. You know, like you can imagine your whole fifth layer and the energy blocks, and just move the energy blocks away and just blow them up. Or move the energy blocks away and make them into a little package and go, angels, here you go. Just try to change it up a little, because if you've done that video a bunch and you still have this much stagnant energy in your fifth layer, then, but maybe you just did the video once, in which case you need to definitely do it a bunch more. But if you've already done the video a whole bunch over time, then this is not enough. Like so do it a different way. Just imagine your fifth layer, move the blocks over, hand them to your angels, or blow them up or something. Yeah, when I said hi to the guy, he listened. It's just he was so pissed at you because you keep whacking him. So maybe now that you've got your angels to get you to stop throwing energy at him subconsciously, he'll listen better when you remind him to go talk to his angels. I think it's just you didn't realize that you were you were a bigger part of the conflict than you realized. But I think now that can change, because your angels are blocking it. So if you get frustrated and throw energy, your angels are going to hold it back. So I hope that makes sense. You can also, like, say you're suing somebody, or you guys are getting a divorce or whatever, you're in a legal thing that relates to that guy. You can look at your part of that legal thing and just imagine that like a garden and clear it out so that it's like a positive place. So your energy of that legal endeavor, whatever it is, and just have your angels help you clean it out so that your part of it is positive, helps you to learn, helps you to grow. So I hope that makes sense. So that's a different garden, your personal legal garden for that whatever thing that's happening. Someone says, thank you for the healing today. I wanted to do it along with you, but fell fast asleep. Well, that's fine. Your angels, and you received it anyway, and your angels helped while you were asleep, so it's okay. You can do the video later. Someone says, it's been a crazy few weeks with people passing in my family, both young and old, which means lots of focus on my family when my health is tough. Can you give a look at what might be going on for me? Yeah, check do indie grounding. Remember I said like indie grounding, especially important when you know a lot of people that are freaking out. So just, check your grounding, make it, keep working it so it's indie grounding. It's not communal grounding, linking out to everybody. You're kind of being a pain sponge for others. So get your indie grounding first, and then imagine like slashes out in front of you any inner wounds that cause you to sponge up other people's pain. From family pain, client pain, business colleague pain, national pain, just melt your inner wounds that cause you to sponge up other people's burdens and pain and hardship. And then maybe just, second and first layer at the very top and the very bottom, because your inner two layers are a little too dense. But yeah, so indie grounding, heal inner wounds that are causing you to sponge up other people's pain. And then obviously comb through your aura and ground after that, your chakras, to release other people's pain. And then a special unblocking for first and second layer, top and bottom. That should be enough. Okay, yeah, hope that helps. Someone says, thank you. I made it some plant varieties I really liked too. That's good. Yeah, make your garden personal, that you like it. Okay, good. Glad that helped. Someone says, my energy gets drained when I feel a lack of safety, especially when I feel threatened by a person or persons. Any particular suggestion for me? Thanks. Well, it's not really an abundance question, and I want all this to be about abundance, but so there's that. So I'm going to have to make it a quick answer. Um, I mean, your energy gets drained because you lose your grounding gets blocked, you get too triggered, and you pop out. So your energy doesn't get drained, you feel drained because you're now like up here going, oh no, I feel threatened, right? So your legs are your friends, come back, find your legs. Your grounding is your friend, remake your grounding, maybe do a tricolor soak or just a one color soak. Come back, clear your triggers. You don't get drained by these threatening situations, you pop out. So you're still like learning what that is and getting used to not letting life pop you out all the time. So just you know it's a process. You'll learn it. You'll get there. Um, that if you've never watched my video Earth Energy Up Legs, it's an 11-minute video, Earth Energy Up Legs. If you search Janet Wright Earth Energy Up Legs, you'll find it. But it just explains how you should be bringing red earth energy and just think about that and have that flow go in your first chakra and your grounding wide and flowing. It's all the basics, but you're losing it when you say you feel drained. All those basics are gone. Your grounding becomes tight and skinny. All your lower chakras block up, you pop out, and then you're like, I feel drained. So I hope that helps. It's just your basics. You need to redo your basics. Someone says, thanks so much. Everything you said makes sense. Oh, good. Someone says, hi, Janet. You say your name. Thank you very much. How is my abundance garden doing? Do I need to do anything? Well, I think the fact that it's an abundance garden is really working for you because you're like Mr. Garden Man. So I think that's actually fun for you. It's looking okay. There is like that sort of bitterness about like unfair situations and blah, blah, blah. So I would work on, you have sort of like a resentment section of your garden. Resentment section, that's funny. So you have like, overall your garden looks nice, but then you have like this 35%, like this sort of big long 35% row of like things that you're complaining about, like this guy who cheated you and this other guy who cheated you and this other guy who was a jerk and then this other guy and blah, blah, blah. And it's like you're not clearing enough of your pain about these situations that you've been in. Like you don't realize, and this is true for so many people, so it's not just you, but it's like, okay, say something happens to you, like an example of something happens to you, right? But you could clear the pain and then really, really thoroughly, truly get over it. So it's just like, yeah, whatever, that's done. And you're not repressing it, it's really done. Like on all levels, you are like whole and solid and you've had the life experience, you've learned anything you needed from it and you're done, right? But this is different. This is where it's like, you don't realize that you still have the pain. I mean, you still have the pain, but you think it's their fault and there's nothing you can do about it because you can't unmake that the guy's a jerk. But it's not true. You're saving your blocked energy about these experiences and you need to not do that. This is not a saved energy pain garden. It's an abundance garden. So clear out all that stuff about who cheated you and who's a jerk and who's a bully and blah, 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 blah. Just, that's your homework. Get rid of all that. No points for saving pain. All right. Think of cool stuff you can plant there instead. What would be better there? What kind of flower, a kind of plant, a kind of, trellis or something? So hope that helps. But so far so good. You just got it. No more resentment section allowed in your garden. Someone says, we are growing financially. Fear comes along with it. Well, it doesn't have to, but okay. I say lots of confirmation when these fear trigger and lots of clearing, but how much more is left? Is this going to be a part of the journey? I mean, if you clear it, then it's not a part of the journey. I mean, you would have to consistently clear it, but then you wouldn't feel the fear. If you feel the fear, I mean, and of course, for context, if a car is speeding at you, fear is your message that you should get out of the path of the car, right? So, but that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about like if you're going through something large, like a move or a job change, or doing some big new financial project that you still feel is financially prudent to do, and your risk is not too risky for you, but nevertheless, it's sort of like a big thing you're doing. It could trigger some first chakra baggage that you might experience as worry or fear, but just clear it. Just keep clearing it. If you still feel it, then you didn't clear it all the way. Your angels keep talking about this comfort zone video I have. It's somewhat old, but I think it's kind of neat. If you search Janet Wright, expand comfort zone, there's probably one or two different clearing videos with that do that. So it's just, if you're comfortable with a certain amount and then you want to change and you want to do more stuff, it's like it'll trigger stuff. So then you just clear the triggers. So then now you're comfortable with even more. So Janet Wright, expand comfort zone is what you would search for. Hope that makes sense. Someone says, thank you. Sorry, my question was vague. LOL, but you read me right. How does one share one's good fortune wealth without making a community garden? Yeah, I mean, I don't even see where that's a necessity. Like, for example, I give on kiva.org, and that's a website where you pick who you want to give microloans to, and I've given to people all over the world. And I mean, I'm not like I give what I can, and with Kiva, you get your money back because it's microloans, but it's lending where you're giving to people that probably would not get a traditional loan, either because they're in a country where that's not possible, or they're just culturally or whatever, so, but I don't have a communal garden anywhere for that. I just give some money, and then that's that. Or I donate politically, or I donate not often, but I have donated to a food bank. I donate to different organizations that I feel are doing good things, like Planned Parenthood and ACLU. But I don't have a communal garden with ACLU. I just write them a check. Well, I just use automatic withdrawal. But yeah, so I mean, I'm yeah. You don't need a communal anything for any reason. I think you've just, with your sort of gypsy nomadic sort of thing, you've been sort of doing this. I don't own anything. I am nothing. I am a leaf in the wind, you know. And I think that's precisely what your angels are trying to get you to stop, and be responsible, find out what's you, what is you, like I think from what I can see, you've really overdone the communal as far as they're saying. They're like, yeah, like I think, yeah, giving to others doesn't have to mean that you have a communal space, that you're, yeah, it's different. So I think sometimes you're doing communal rather than just owning your shit. Like you're sort of distracting yourself with yeah. So you can teach others, you could mentor others, you could help others, but you don't need, yeah, I don't know. Just work with your angels on that to customize what you need. But you tend to do communal instead of personal, not in addition to. You're doing it instead of, which your angels are not digging. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, you're perfect, Janet. Well, that's not true, but thank you. That's a kind thought. I love your guidance. The guy was abusing me because he knew I'm psychic. The time I cut him, he started throwing negative energy on me. He wasn't around but I feel he will be back. Uh, it sounds like you're. Someone else had a similar question, but you. This is the first time you're saying something, I think. Um, Sometimes, people will be invasive because they're triggered. So, you say hi to them on a spirit, you center yourself first and make sure you're safe. And then have your angels help you. And then you say hi to them and tell them about their angels. Their angels can help them. And, um, but then, if they keep coming back, like say, okay, that works, and then they work with their angels for a day, but then they come back again, and then that works again, but they come back just in a day. So it seems like they're not really learning. Um, it could be that they have beings that are causing them to be invasive. Um, Either the beings are more invested in bothering you, or the beings are more invested in just making this person have a life of conflict, right? But either way, you can imagine, say his name is Joe Smith, right? So you imagine Joe Smith, and then just imagine all the beings that he has that are invasive beings that are perpetuating him into conflict with you. And then just say, angels, can you recycle all those beings? So you don't do any of it. You're not touching his space. You're just imagining, here's the guy, here's all the beings that keep propelling him into conflict with you. And just say, angels, can you recycle any of those, any or all of those beings? So then that way he might still be triggered and want to yell at you, but then you can talk to him and he won't be, propelled constantly back into conflict with you by all those beings. And then you can check over and over. And you could tell him too, hey, ask your angels to repair your aura. Ask your angels to help and protect you. Because most of the time people like that, they just have so much aura and chakra damage that they're kind of out of their mind a little bit, So if they get repaired, repaired up, then they won't be such a puppet, of darkness. A puppet for darkness. So I hope that helps. If you have follow-up questions about that, you can post on any video. So it says, I've been lucky financially, but always struggled to accept it, feel deserving of it, and enjoy it. How can I do so? Often thinking of quitting my job since I'm working so hard, but enjoying so little. Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, my first question is, do you imagine what your angels say when you're thinking about quitting? And what do your angels say about you quitting or not quitting? Because that's important information, because sometimes your angels, obviously they know a lot. So there's that. Also, when regards to contemplating quitting a job, you can look at little check boxes for what you would ideally learn at this current job and see how many check boxes are checked. Like how much would you ideally learn at this current job that you have now? And then, so like say there are 8 check boxes, how many are checked now? Because jobs are for helping you learn. Any situation is for helping you learn. So you can check that too. But then about, the wealth, I would say that inner wounds part that we did today, that one really jumps out at me for you. So it's really easy, I mean, once you're centered, and you're already pretty centered because you got the healing, just imagine inner wounds that are in the way of you feeling deserving of abundance. You feeling comfortable with abundance. Because I don't think it's so much baggage, it's wounds mostly from past lives that cause you to feel um, like it's wrong for you to have a lot of money. So yeah, just heal those wounds. Just heal a little bit each day, because that kind of thing, uh, there's a bunch to do over time. But yeah, just keep healing wounds, so you feel more comfortable and accepting of of your abundance. I mean, I think that the lucky financially does mean that you are abundant. You have abundance, because there are people that are lucky financially, but then they get sued for every penny they own and they lose it all, or they have just some massive tragedy and they lose it all. So if you got all that money and you still have most of it, you have abundance. So it's a thing. You have abundance and you just feel like you don't deserve it, but you have abundance energy. It's not just like, oh, someone gave me something, but it has nothing to do with me. You have abundance energy because you still have all that money. You didn't manage to destroy it. So yeah, just heal your inner wounds gradually over time so that you're more and more comfortable with the levels of abundance that you have. So hope that makes sense. Someone says, love you, Janet, thanks. Oh, thank you. Someone says, I wonder why I feel so lazy and unmotivated about improving my prosperity level. You have a ton of aura damage. I'm just laughing because I was going to use a swear. I'm trying not to swear in these live streams. But yeah, you have a lot of aura damage, and you also have chakra damage because your aura is supposed to protect your chakras. So if your aura is that damaged, it's like, okay, here's the top, and here's should be the top and the back of your aura, but it's like it's just these big valleys and gaping, missing parts of the back of your aura. So then it couldn't properly protect your chakras. So you have damage in actually all your major chakras. So, I mean, you can fix it though. I'm not saying like, oh, and for $1,000, I'll make you better. It's a free video that we just did a healing this morning that would fix all of that. It's got aura repair and it's got chakra repair in it. You could do it on yourself for free. I promise. It's not some little trickery I'm doing. But yeah, just basic energy safety you got to do first, because and try not to use words like lazy on yourself, because that's it's just such a judgment. It just makes everything worse. Unmotivated, I would say that's more of a factual term, so that's okay. But lazy just makes you seem like, gosh, you're the worst person on the planet. You're having trouble with motivation and focus because all your chakras are damaged and you're missing like a third of your aura in back there. So it's just, anyone would feel that way with that much damage. So first, aura repair and chakra repair just by redoing today's healing video. You can do it a bunch, do it a couple times though, and then post under any of my videos. And again, put your first name and last initial so I can see. It's easier for me to see that way. And just to ask me to check, can you check my work? I worked on repairing my aura and repairing all my chakras. Can you check my work? And I'll do it. Because you might have missed a couple, and then I'll let you know that, and you can go back and fix it. But yeah, overall, then I think you're going to like your life and yourself a lot better once you have a whole aura and functioning chakras. And then we can go from there, see what else you need after that. So I hope that makes sense. So it's not exactly a prosperity issue. It's a aura and chakra issue first, and then we'll see what else it is. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you for your question. And like I said, I have Q&As. Well, you can always post under any video. You can post a question under any video. And then next month, May 9th and May 16th are when I have the Q&As for May, Q&A live streams. And of course, you can watch and heal yourself during any of my healing live streams. And I do 5 of those a month. And you can look on my website to find all the dates and stuff. All my healings have aura repair, and most of them have chakra repair in it. Today's definitely did. Okay, somebody says, thank you. My abundance feels connected to my safety, which is why I asked. I missed the video to ask more specific question. Is my abundance garden okay? You you're a little bit like that other person who has this big communal section. You have like your abundance garden, like there's like the bottom 30% is just for you and it looks very nice. But then the upper like 70% of it is like part of it's communal for friends that you have, and part of it is communal for like business clients that you have. And so none of that should exist. Like just make your abundance for you. What that means is then you're giving away your own abundance energy that's supposed to be for you. To and yes, abundance, courage, safety, and abundance is all the same chakra, first chakra. But this is specifically an abundance garden that we're imagining. So it's just about your abundance. Um, but yeah, just clean out. This is not a friends and family and clients garden. It's your abundance, right? So it should be all for your abundance. So try to train your mind to see the communal parts and get rid of them. Because I think you've sort of trained yourself like, well, of course, I'm a compassionate person. I give away stuff all the time. Yeah, well, I give away stuff too, but I have a lot that's just me. When I give, it's cleanly, it's money to this person, or it's, service to this person, but there's no like, and now you can, lie about my energy field for eternity. No. Right? This is not like a communal campground, right? So definitely work on that. It's a significant issue for you. I mean, you really work the best you can out of that 30% that you give yourself, but give yourself the other 70% too, okay? So hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. I have a feeling it does make sense to you. So it says sorry and giving their name again. I returned with, oh gosh, man, you're totally giving me a run for my money. Yeah, it almost sounded so similar. Yeah, okay, so you're posting multiple times under multiple accounts in the same Q&A. Yeah, please don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Someone says, got it, thank you. We'll get angels on personal, not communal. Oh, we'll get angel help on personal, not communal. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up. Oh, someone says, thanks, Janet. I have been very frugal, no fun throughout my life, so I have savings. But my siblings travel the world enjoying their abundance. I definitely feel inner wounds. Thank you for the homework. Yeah, I mean, I think there are ways in which savings for you means something spiritually that it doesn't mean that for your siblings. So that's not all a bunch of wounds, that you're more focused on savings than they are. But the wounds part, yeah, prevents you from it. It makes it, you're. It's like as if your life is like this black and white film, and it could be full color. So it doesn't necessarily mean you'd be a globetrotter like they are, because that's not really who you are in this life. It doesn't resonate with you. Um, but there is a vividness and there is a level of self-nurturing and peace that I think you're not allowing yourself to have, that, but I think that's, if you clear more fear, the fear of, because I think, you have this fear of not having enough. And so if you spend, then you won't have enough, so I think a lot of it is the fear. There is the inner wounds making you not feel like you deserve it, but then there's also fear, inner wounds that just create this fear. So then you hang on to every penny, versus like a little bit could go towards, something that would make your life more gentle, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I think they're just I would say comparing them to you is more apples to oranges. But yeah, for you, it's just sort of like a black and white film versus a color film, but it's the same film. I don't think you're that off your path, It's just these inner wounds making you um, kind of a little more wilted than necessary. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys, you're awesome. This was fun. If you have other abundance questions, feel free to post them under the video later when it's a video. And I get to them when I can within a week or two. And if the question involves me reading your energy and your name is not obvious from your YouTube ID, please post your first name and your last initial with it. Unless that like hugely freaks you out, then I guess you could email me your name and your YouTube ID and just say, I just posted a question, and just understand that I'm gonna not answer it right away just because you emailed me. But yeah, I prefer that the question gets posted under the video. And then I'll post my reply under the video. Okay, cool. You guys are awesome. We're doing the second abundance healing in 2 days on Tuesday. Okay? All right. Bye. Oh, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. I always forget to say that. Okay, thumbs up to you guys. You're awesome.